Hello on this fine Tuesday. How goes you today? I am going to talk about something that I have been thinking about this past few days. So, I want to know how other INFJs feel about this because sorry, there's something on my computer screen that's distracting me. It's okay. I'll just try to ignore it. But I was wondering how other INFJs feel about this because I feel like as an INFJ, there's like a lot of challenges just in life in general. Just trying to like hold a career or just to be existing in life in general is very difficult in general. But maybe that's just a human thing and not necessarily an INFJ thing. Maybe it's like a time period thing, like because of the world events, because of recent world events, we're just kind of like stuck in this position where things are kind of difficult for everybody. But I don't know, I just feel like the cards are stacked against us a lot, and I just was wondering what other INFJs feel about that, because I just feel like it's very difficult sometimes to just be an INFJ in this day and age, in this society. I'm starting to think that it's almost as if we are antagonized, and simply existing is very difficult for INFJ because just our demeanor, the way we look at things, the way we analyze things, the way we hold ourselves, is like not a very inviting thing. Like it just is perceived as like threatening. It's perceived as like not friendly, and maybe we just don't look like friendly people. But like I feel like out in public, I get a lot of looks, and maybe it's an Oregon thing, maybe it's like where I live kind of thing, but like I just kind of get a lot of looks. I get a lot of stares. Maybe it's all in my head. I don't know. I just want to see what other INFJs think about this, because I just kind of been thinking about this a lot. Maybe it's just a race thing. Maybe because I am, in a very small minority in Portland, where there's not a lot of people that look like me. So that could be the thing, or maybe it's a mix of everything. But I just feel like society makes it difficult for INFJs to exist. That's all I'm trying to say. And maybe it's just the cards are stacked against us because they don't want us to exist. Maybe they don't want INFJs to be existing and alive and doing well, and they are systematically trying to push us out of society, try to edge us out of society. And I would say that I feel this constantly. I feel like there's just a constant war against my existence. It's very difficult to resist it and to try to overcome this resistance of like INFJs are not meant to do well and not to feel well and not to be thriving and healthy and happy in this world. Because when I am in my natural state, when I am introverted, intuiting, and I'm analyzing and I'm trying to explain like, oh, this is what life is all about. This is what, this is the society tries to make you, tries to suppress you, or try to make you feel like you got to participate in the rat race, or you got to, work a corporate job or work a 9-to-5 and just stick to the plan. There's a plan. Society has a plan. I don't know, I just know, I'm just speaking from like American society standpoint, that there is a plan, okay? And the INFJ just doesn't fit into that plan. The idea of somebody speaking out spiritual truths or intuitive truths, or having an all-seeing eye and understanding and seeing things as the way they really are, as not just three-dimensional, but understanding that like life is more than just what's happening here and the now. Like there's the intuitive part of us that understands that there's way more, and there's an energy that exists beyond just the flesh and just like these material things. And I haven't fully tapped into that. Like I'm still struggling to tap into that. I'm not truly understanding what that is. But I know that life isn't just about, participating in this singular rat race. It's a construct. It's something that someone else has told us is what we're supposed to do with our lives, right? Because think of it this way. If society were to completely be eradicated tomorrow, and all these structures that we have in place, right? This, these companies, these roads, and these laws, and this government, and all these rules that are involved, although are good, right, to keep social society in order and to keep things in order and to keep us and to have some sort of social order. If those were to be eradicated today, there would be nobody there telling you what you need to do and not do with your life. You can simply wake up tomorrow and be like, I want to go into the woods and I want to find some berries and eat those berries, and then I will live another day. Or I want to go into the jungle and hunt for boar and eat the boar, and that will keep me alive for tomorrow. And this is a very primitive, right, perspective of what life was. And the purpose of advancing into the future is to not live in those primitive ways anymore, right? But then again, who is to say how we are supposed to progress into the future? Someone has told us that we're supposed to put on a suit and a tie and to go to a corporate job and to work this corporate job and to do this, and no offense to anybody who has done that or who is doing that. There's nothing wrong per se. But I think there's something wrong when somebody tells us that that is what we're supposed to do. Like, we're not supposed to do anything. Like, if we didn't want to do that, we just simply choose to not do that. But we're made to feel that we're supposed to live our lives in a certain way. So what I'm trying to say is that we should just eliminate this thought altogether and progress into the future with this standpoint of, I can choose to do what I want to do. If I want to be an artist, if I want to make amazing engineering structures, if I want to be a kind person to everybody and just to be a kind person and spread positivity, and that's what I do every day, then that's what you do, right? You don't have to do anything. Like, life isn't supposed to make you feel like you have to do something, especially if someone else, another human being, right, who's just like you, who takes shits and pisses and pukes and jizzes and comes and tells you that you need to do something, in a certain way, that they want you to do it, that they desire you to do certain things, right? That they feel like you should do something. That doesn't make any sense to me, because when you feel like there's a pressure from other human beings that you have to behave and act a certain way and to do a certain thing, then there's something wrong with that. There's just clearly something wrong with that. So I am feeling that just simply existing as an INFJ is a problem. It's a problem for people that are exercising control over others, that are saying that this is how life is supposed to be. This is how society is supposed to be. And I'm going to control you. I'm going to control how INFJs think and feel, and INFJs to think that there's something wrong with them, that INFJs should not be thinking about how they should make life better for other people. They should not be walking around having this introverted intuition eyes and introverted intuition eyesight into the world and looking into and being able to analyze the world and be like, there's something wrong with these structures. Because if we point these things out, like I'm doing, like if we INFJs continue to point things out and be like, no, this is not how we're supposed to do it. Like, why do we have to do this? Then the control, the exercise, this control that people have over us no longer has the leverage that it used to be. Because if someone points out their flaws, if someone says there's something wrong with the way you are telling people or pressuring people or bossing people into doing something, there's something wrong with that, then they're going to be like, then it's not going to have that leverage over us anymore. It's not going to have that power over us anymore. And we need to be able to draw and to be able to draw a boundary and say, okay, this is it. I'm not going to accept this anymore. You are pushing way too far into and changing my personal beliefs and my values in order to exercise your control. That's not going to happen anymore. And I want as many people to see this as they possibly can, to understand that when someone tells you something, right? When someone pressures you into doing something that you don't want to do in order to survive, there's something very wrong with that. And you have to have independent thought. So INFJs, have your independent thought, think what you think, feel what you feel, and to keep asking questions, to continually be curious. And anybody out there, it's not just for INFJs, it's for anybody out there who feels like they don't have the outlet to speak their mind, to have the independent thought that it's okay, that it's normal. And you're supposed to be, not supposed to, but like, it's part of being human, to ask questions, to be curious. This is what got us to invent the wheel, to discover fire. This is what it is. So if people are telling us to not have independent thought, to not have introverted intuition, to not think for ourselves, to not think beyond the three-dimensional space, to not think beyond the societal structures, then those people are to be questioned, okay? To put it simply, okay, I don't want to overcomplicate things and sound like, I don't want to try to make myself sound smart for the sake of this video, is to be okay with asking questions and to be okay with questioning everything that is around us and the surrounding that is around us and the structures that are around us, and to question, why do I have to live my life this way when I clearly am not satisfied with it? When I clearly feel like I'm not getting anywhere living this life that has been taught to us or that has been laid out for us. Be okay and be free, and to be like, I can be who I am. I can be with what I want to be, okay? I don't need to listen to anybody, especially if they're forcing me or pressuring me or gaslighting me or peer pressuring me into being something that I'm not. Thanks so much for watching this video. I really want to get off my chest. I hope that made sense to you. If any questions, please ask below. But to sum it up, INFJs, keep being you, and it's going to be difficult. And a lot of you out there, it's going to be difficult to be you. But it is going to be the life that you live being you is going to be worth way more than anything else that is out there. Plain and simple. Thanks so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next video.